bagel time. What up, what up? It's Friday. Beautiful. It's a beautiful fall day already. I can feel it. Let's crank this open. Oh yeah, you feel that cool air? I keep it shut because it's too noisy. Okay, we're off to work again. More editing. It doesn't stop. We gotta edit a flyer. Not a flyer, we gotta edit some slides for Max because he's got some shows coming up. He's gonna speak out. We got to edit the video that we shot yesterday, the produced video. That needs to be done today. I'm gonna eat this bagel and then go to the office. So let's go. So I really like this Starbucks because it's inside of the Publix. And my friend works here. Sometimes she gives me free stuff. But shh, don't tell. Guess I'll bleep her name out.
Okay, 507.
Good?
Yep.
Cool. How you been?
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too, bye.
This is in no way an ad for Starbucks. I just go there because I have points. Because Matt got me hooked on the Starbucks way. Because he used to be a barista. Now that I have my coffee, let's go. Yeah, no, I mean, it all makes sense. Like you got the power team, but like at the same time, how do you get paid while at the same time adding a ton of value? Yeah, no, dude, I know how to do that. I'll help you do that. You just gotta become that like credible source in your space and honestly just build up your own brand. So just people wanna work with you, but obviously it's gonna cost them just to talk to you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, it's hard to say no when you're used to saying yes, but I mean, it's been strategic. So you have all the relationships, and the good thing is you haven't burned the bridges through a whole plan. You could come up with probably like 100 different things, and then that would help set you aside as the guy. Dude, hell yeah it would, because look at all the stuff, like think about all the case studies you have to draw on. You have all these people that would vouch for you, that would honestly probably sit down and do a quick 5-minute interview. I honestly think for you, it's all about relationship building and how to monetize those relationships. Now, obviously you're monetizing it through the course, but you're gonna teach people all the stuff you would have done had you set up like a contract and gone through that whole phase, right? Because a lot of the you do is just based on loyalty, and you know, you trust people right away, and you allow them to let to let you down versus not trusting them and taking a while. And you know what's better is you can sleep at night knowing you actually know what you're talking about. So I love these these stock elements video websites because I'm going through this marked up script here and I probably need about 12 individual shots, and I think I've been able to get about 7 or 8 using Envato, elements.envato.com. It's a good deal. I think it's like a couple $100 for the year, but now they have stock footage, video templates, photos, graphics, like everything you need, even some stuff on green screen. So I'm going through, picking out some clips that I can use for this video that we shot with Max yesterday, and then I just need to get some graphics from the graphics guy who was helping with the website, and that will complete it. So my goal is to finish that video today. Editing shouldn't be that tough. Up and download speeds here are prime, so we're good.
I'm telling you, nobody in this industry.
All right, testing out some music here, trying to see if it sounds good with the voiceover. Basically just open up Epidemic Sound, play the music as like low as you can, and then I queue up Premiere to play Max on video. If there was one snack that was my kryptonite, it's the peanut butter M&Ms. How did I get to this awesome studio? How did I get to North Carolina? Well, short story, drove down after the Super Bowl, like the day after, and I made it here in about 13 hours from Boston. So that's the short story. I drove. The long story is Max and I met almost 10 years ago He was working with my brother when he was living in Maine. They were running a nightlife business. And I was home randomly, I think from college on a vacation, or maybe I just started working after college. Ryan introduced me. He explained to me what he was doing. We kind of hit it off right away. I think honestly because he was working with my brother, and I probably trust my brother more than anyone in the world. And then I went back to California where I was working, living in the Bay Area, and we kept in touch. I actually started editing videos for him and Ryan in their nightlife business for about $1 a piece. Actually, it was only about 50 cents a piece. I did 2 videos, one for 50 cents each, and he drew this line down the dollar and with a Sharpie, and it said half for one video, half for the other, which was funny. I was just doing it to learn how to edit faster, and I was actually kind of like able to live these nights that these guys were doing with all these parties and edit, essentially highlight videos of like nightlife. Fast forward about 5 or 6 years, I work in Silicon Valley for a while. I moved to New York, I moved back to Maine. I'm in Maine for a while, freelancing, really honestly struggling to make any money, but I landed this book with David Ortiz, the Cooking with the Pros. And amazing, I got this through Craigslist. Like, this is unheard of. I got this amazing gig. I met, I don't know, 60, 70 athletes, most of them who I looked up to as a kid, Hall of Famers, New England legends really, Pedro Martinez, Bill Russell, David Ortiz, all these guys do this book. I don't really get paid much. So about the time I finished the book, I'm living in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm on my boy JR's couch, shout out to YFH TV. I'm living on his couch. I'm paying like a couple $100 a month just to get things going. I have some random gig in Nashville. I have a studio. Anyways, I'm sleeping on a couch and I'm paying for it. So that's where my life is about a year and a few months ago. And Max comes down to visit because he also used to work with JR managing his music. So all of us are mutual friends, we're hanging out. And he mentions something about, oh, you should do a course, and oh, I'm doing real estate and this and that. And so we catch up quick, and like the first 10 minutes, I'm already like jazzed about all these ideas. And so I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm like, here, have my book. He's like, how much you charge for it? And I was like, well, it's $33. He goes, you should always charge people for something that you put all these hours into, because I explained to him like, yo, I'm doing these shoots for $250 a shoot. And at the time I'm thinking that's a lot of money, and I'm quickly realizing I ain't making shit. And I start really listening to Max because he's got it figured out. He's making a ton of money doing real estate, and he's telling me about his YouTube channel, how he just started. And this is probably about the time that J-Rock started with Max, maybe like a month after. So anyway, he goes back to North Carolina. I'm still in Nashville for a few more months. I moved to Boston, but in that meantime, while I moved to Boston that summer, I think it was June 11th, he hits me up just before that. He goes, hey, I'm gonna do this event. It's called Wholesaling Elite Live. It's gonna be October 2018 in Charlotte. Can you come down to North Carolina and let's shoot a promo? I was like, yeah, definitely. So he gives me a flight. I make probably like $400 just for the day shooting, and then maybe another $4 for the edit. We shoot it in half a day, edit it before I leave. Video goes up. Tickets just go gangbusters. I think he nearly sells out the first day. So I then go to the event. In October, I'm running all the AV. So this is my first time running a show. I've been a part of many shows, but I've never been in charge of the audio visual. So it's exciting for me. I bring Matt, my intern, the super intern who helped me out a bunch on the book. And then it's J-Rock, so it's me, Matt, and J-Rock. Max is obviously headlining, it's his event. And so the event goes good. We recorded all of it. I think we maybe had one like audio mishap on the last day because something wasn't plugged in. Anyway, it goes great, and I say, cool. Well, that was like another, I don't know, I made like $3 grand that weekend. So I'm like, great, like gig. I'm thinking gig economy, this is all I'm thinking about, right? So then I'm keeping in touch with Max, and he's like, yo, we gotta do another event. I'm like, dang, like when are we gonna do this? And so he's like, all right, we're gonna do Dallas. And actually, while we're at the event, I cut a promo real quick with the footage from that event. And on the last day, we showed it with just like some drone footage we found on YouTube, and it said March 2019 Dallas. So about 6 months after. It seems like years ago we did We Live 2018, but so then we're in grind mode for We Live 2019, and I'm like, okay, October, so the next month, dang, the next month, where does the time go? November, right before Thanksgiving, we go down to Dallas and we shoot a promo. So I fly the drone a couple times real quick, cause you know, it's just like a spark. Anyway, we fly the drone a couple times. We get some video of Max walking the hotel, this giant hotel, the Hilton Anatole. We decide, okay, well, we're at the hotel, this isn't that exciting. So Max is like, well, let's go get on some horses. So I get on like the slowest horse ever in Fort Worth, get some footage on a horse, find some twangy music. I think that video did like 150,000 views, and that was just a promo for We Live 19. We get done shooting the promo. I'm on the flight back. We're still taxiing, haven't taken off back to Maine, which is where I'm living at the time. And I'm thinking, what are you doing, Dave? All these gigs, it's going nowhere. You gotta do something bigger. There's something more. And so I say to Max, yo Max, it was like text vomit. I was like, dude, this was great, good shoot, da da da. I was like, we need to start an agency. I'm like, you have all the money, and he did, because I had no money. I have the sweat equity, I have the know-how with the videos. Like, we keep working together, but not all the way through, like not consistently. So I said, why don't we partner on an agency, and our first client can be you, the Max Maxwell brand. So that would justify me having kind of an employee role. So running his content full time, but at the same time, we're gonna bring on clients. And like seconds later, he's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, this is amazing. Anyway, like a couple months later, I think it's before the end of the year, we talk numbers, come up with a number, works for me, cool. And I say, all right, day after Super Bowl, I'm driving down. Here I am, North Carolina. 5,000 square foot facility I'm in. I'm making YouTube content for myself. I couldn't be happier. I'm actually making money. I'm getting out of debt. Life is good. That was story time. I think I'm gonna do that more because I like having this, you know, this kind of set idea here. It's nice, the light looks good. I look good in the monitor. So that's story time. Maybe not every day, but I think on days where I'm just editing, there wasn't a whole lot of physical activity today. So story time for all those days where I'm just behind the keys, typing away and editing content. Okay. Remember kids, always coil your cables. Over, under. Call that Craig Gower.